In New York, well, the Cubs and the Mets played their share of sloppy baseball, but the Cubs steadied themselves for a 4-3 victory. This is the kind of a season it's been for the Cubs. Lenny Randle chases a foul ball down the line. First, he's got it, then he doesn't. Lenny made up for it, though, when he batted for the Cubs in the 7th inning.
That's pretty well hit deep to right. Stay fair, baby. It is. Hey, hey! A 3-run homer for Lenny Randle. The Cubs have the lead in the ball game.
Dennis Lamb got the
two today.
Can you believe that, John? Just as we start to get a little bit mad at them, they take off. Maybe this is the surge toward the top.
You think so? You really think so?
Everybody feels good on the 4th of July, right?
All right.
Well, backed by some excellent pitching, the Cubs swept a doubleheader at Pittsburgh today, 4-2 and 2-1. Lynn McLaughlin won the opener with first-inning help from Cliff Johnson.
There's a well-hit ball deep to center. Hey, hey! Johnson finally got the range, and 2 runs are in for the Cubs as Cliff puts it over the center field wall.
Ivan De Jesus got the Cubs out of trouble in the 8th.
What a play! Holy Toledo, what a play! Unbelievable!
Between games, Dave Kingman talked with Jack Brickhouse.
It has been a frustrating year. Ups and downs, but that's part of baseball, as I said earlier. And the arm and the press, and it's the one thing I just totally ignore from here on out. And it's unfortunate that things can be written and people pick up a newspaper and they believe what they read. That's very unfortunate that there are so many poor writers in Chicago, but there are a few.
And in the second game, winning pitcher Doug Capella drove in the deciding run with a 5th-inning single. Scott Thompson scored, and the Cubs went on to win it by a score of 2-1. So a great day. The Cubs won 2. Dave's talking to everybody.
Driving in from Iowa, you know, we could have driven halfway across the country during that game.
You got a Cub game for your whole trip across,
right,
coast to coast.
It was all right except for the end.
Oh, I tell you, they played 5.5 hours, Jack. That's the longest game in the National League this season, and it all wound up with the Cubs losing. They could have lost it in 9. Anyway, it was quite a game. We'll show you all the highlights and the other sports right now. Well, they got 3 days to rest up. The Cubs wrapped up the first half of the 1980 season on a bitter note today, a wasted comeback and a 5-4 loss to the Pittsburgh Pirates in 20 innings, believe it or not. Cliff Johnson's home run tied the game at 4-all in the 9th.
Pavilion and right.
A 2-2 to Johnson. A high fly ball. Deep left center. The ball is gone.
The Cubs lost one chance to end it in the 16th. Bill Caldo misses the suicide squeeze bunt, and Mike Vail is a dead duck on the third base line, almost a double play. Then in the 18th, Tim Foley raced to the outfield to rob Mick Kelleher and to stop another threat. A great catch. It set up the game winner from Omar Marino on the 20th.
Looping line drive left field. Otto score, and the Pirates have pulled it out.
Jim Bibby gets the victory. Dennis Lamp the loser. The 3-day All-Star break gets underway.
The Cubs shook off a disastrous first game of a twin bill in Montreal Saturday night and earned a split with the Expos. It was a 1-1 game in Game 1 when the Expos exploded in the 4th inning.
Lines it into right field. Vail coming over. His throw toward the plate will be late. Lined into left center on an 0-2 pitch. The run will come home easily. This guy can fly. He is going to go around second. He's going to challenge them. De Jesus throw late. Another base hit. And another run.
It was 6-1 in the 6th when the Expos erupted again.
That is a high hopper taken by Dillard. Throws to first. The ball gets away from Buckner. Here comes LaFleur in.
He almost got out of the jam with the bases loaded. Nobody out.
And there's one up the middle. Here come two more runs in. At least one. The throw to the plate. There's a line shot to left. One hopper to Figueroa. Here's the throw to the plate. And the run score.
10-2 was the opening game final. Scott Sanderson over Rick Russell. The Cubs took a 1-0 lead in the nightcap, but it didn't last.
Drive, left field, look out. Here comes a run. Maybe another one. Henderson fielding the ball, and here comes Dawson racing for the plate. He is safe.
The teams traded runs, then the Expos went to work in the third.
It's going to take off down toward the corner. Henderson will cut it off. A run is in, and they got runners at second and third. There's a shot through the hole. One run will score. They're going to wave the other runner. The ball jumped up off Henderson.
In the fourth, Jerry Martin tightened a 6-2 score with his 16th homer.
There's a drive. Way back to left. Going, and gone.
Big moment now. 6-3 is the score. Cliff Johnson at bat in the seventh.
There's a well-hit ball deep to left. Way back. Hey! A grand slam home run. The Cubs are leading in this ball game.
I hate to be depressing at the beginning of the sportscast, but I'm afraid the
I know
Cubs...
you're going to ask me who won, right?
I know who won. The Cubs didn't do very well, did they?
No, they didn't. But, you know, one game, maybe they'll do better tomorrow. Maybe they're going to turn things around tomorrow. Who knows? Keep your fingers crossed. Okay?
All right.
John. Well, anyway, the Cubs had a good day today. Rick Russell scattered 7 hits, pitched his best game of the season as the Cubs beat Los Angeles 4-1. A super play by Jerry Martin saved Russell in the 6th inning.
In the last 15 years, I've had 3 cars, 6 transmissions.
And as I said, there were a lot of happy fans out at Wrigley Field today. Rick Russell scattered those 7 hits. He pitched his best game of the season. The Cubs beat L.A. 4-1. A super play by Jerry Martin saved Russell in the 6th inning.
Fly ball, short right center. It is a diving, tumbling catch by Jerry Martin. May have saved the ball game. There's the catch of the week at Wrigley Field.
A tremendous catch by Martin. Hitting that ground hard, but he made sure that the ball stayed in his glove.
And the Cubs went ahead in the bottom of the 6th on some heads-up base running.
And there's a back down by Russell. And a bad throw. Let's keep moving, fellas. Mike Vail takes second. Buckner takes third. He's going to try for the plate. Look out. It's going to be... Well, good evening. The Cubs found a great way to get back on the winning track at Wrigley Field today. A thrilling 8-7 come-from-behind win over the San Diego Padres. Tim Blackwell helped slice into a 4-0 Padre lead when he batted in the 2nd inning. Pretty well hit, deep to right, way back there. It is. Hey, hey! For Blackwell, 2 runs in for the Cubs. It was 4-2 in the 3rd when Jesus Figueroa showed the fans how to play center field. Watch him come across for a diving catch now off the bat of Flannery. There it is, right in the glove. Boy, what a catch. In the bottom of the inning, Jesus teamed with Steve Dillard to put the Cubs on top. Hey, a leaping ball over the third baseman. 2 runs are going to score, and the throw to third is off target. Here's Figueroa at a base hit in the 2nd. Base hit down the left side. 2 runs are going to score. Figueroa's headed for second. He's got to hit the dirt, and he's going to be out. But San Diego wasn't through either. They tied things at 6th and kept them that way with the help of Ozzie Smith. A great grab, the throw, and Buckner is out by a shade. He also gets tossed out of the game arguing here. This is in the 7th. And in the 9th, they took the lead when Gene Tennis delivered the big hit. There's a drive, left field. That's going to give San Diego the lead. A base hit by Gene Tennis. But in the bottom of the 9th, Cliff Johnson to the rescue. There's a well-hit ball to left. It is going all the way to the wall out there. Here comes Martin and his time. Here comes Tyson.
It could win the ball game. The throw is high. He slides under it. He is safe. The Cubs have won this game.
Well, the Cubs had hitting and pitching and defense yesterday. It all came together. Gave them a 6-0 win over San Diego, a brand new 2-game winning streak. The hitting started in the first inning.
There is a soft liner, short left. That's going to be a base hit, and here comes DeJesus. He will score. The Cubs are out in front. Question, will Cliff have the green light on 3-0? He does, and there she goes. Back. Hey! Home run for Johnson.
The defense, well, how about Bill Buckner in the third inning? A diving catch off the bat of Gene Richards. The playmate Preston Gomez looked like a genius for putting a hoo-hoo buck out there. Buckner then added to the lead in the fifth.
Fly ball out into deep left center, going to drop up into the ivy. And Bill Buckner will be headed into second, and a run will score in the person of DeJesus, and all of a sudden it's 5-0.
The pitching was provided by Jim McLaughlin, a 6-hit shutout for win number 7. Before the game, the Cubs waived Ken Henderson and